Welcome back, mourners, to the Lucky Die. Previously, Lathian diffuses a fight, Rhal checks in on Emmil, Squash steps to Grudge, and Zaltanna's love transcends boundaries. With our mate's passing, our brave heroes tried to pull themselves together to keep moving onwards with the plan, despite the pain of the loss. As Squash gets protection from the stalking and Lathian upgrades his cloak, the world is thrown into further chaos as the planes are cut off. What place does Soren have in the seven now Omatra is gone? Would Bogrim still put the fate of the world ahead of his loved ones? And can the hero stop Daichin to restore the world to balance? I guess we're about to find out. Welcome back to the Lucky Die.
Those of you travelling from Falsum to just outside the Baranya, you find yourself standing in a forest. And in front of you, you see your friend Nimverna and Damaz. You see the two lodge guards that Zaltanna sent after them. You also see a very big, well-built female orc, not wearing any armour, carrying two long swords. You also see your buddies Elise and Tuck. And they all look like they have been standing in blood rain for a little while because, frankly put, that actually happened this morning. What do y'all want to do? Because I have so many NPCs, I'm going to pretend they're talking to each other. And unless you engage, I am not doing all their voices to each other.
No, please,
What do y'all want to do?
Klaus, would you like to give a monologue?
Well said, Klaus.
Surely we get the inspiring effect from that. Inspiring leader
Inspiring
effect.
roar?
No, that's my job. I have one thing.
As soon as you land on the other side of the transport, Demi lets go of your hands and she rushes over to Damaz and kind of does that thing where she goes to hug him, but he just kind of picks her up and holds her in like a big bear hug. And you can tell that they're communicating to each other just very quietly. And then he gingerly sets her down. They are going to continue talking with message, so unless you interrupt them, that's what they're doing. What do you four want to do?
What time is it?
It's early-ish in the morning. Not exactly midday, but you're a couple of hours out from that.
Okay.
So, do we have any kind of advantage here?
There's a lot of us.
There is less of us than there were witches' societies, though.
You see Tremble and Demi both just kind of shift when you mention that.
But we're doing the ambushing.
See, I'm trying. I've been trying to see. I've been very gung-ho about this from the start, I know. But I've been trying to understand or see our advantage. And my first instinct is, we already had people on the way there. We already knew where we were going. But if we had gotten there 2 days ago, we would have had the advantage. I think now he's expecting us. And he's expecting us in numbers.
Nimverna kind of puts her hand up a little bit, even though there's no need to. She just wants to gesture that hi.
Hi.
I guess hi. I have a few questions. Firstly, do you know which god that is? we kind of got cut off, so we don't really know what's happening. And not that I don't love to see you all, but what are you doing here?
Right. We should probably explain the why we suddenly appeared out of nowhere and what. Right. Yes. Okay. So,
Emmil just kind of like.
Perhaps we should walk and talk, children.
Probably for the best.
Time is of the essence.
Right. So, walk and talk. Basically, short version is that was Ilmater. And I'm assuming that there were probably a few shocked looks on people's faces, and he just kind of makes like that puckered, like, face. We're here because the reason why that happened, and now there are people that can't contact their gods and all that. So Dacian apparently cut off connection with the Sentinel plane, as well as the... What was it?
Cicero.
No, because we still have a connection to Bellum and the Stalking.
Okay.
Correct.
It's just the holy shit that got cut off.
Yeah.
The upper echelons.
Yeah.
Yes. The important shit.
So, Dacian kind of cut off this plane and the other ones from the Sentinel plane as well as the Cicero, and people are rightfully having some issues. We found out that Dacian is here where you all were going, so we...
you see Damaz nod. He's like, yeah, Helsif told us as much. And she just kind of like does half a wave.
Pleasure.
Yeah, Squash is like looking at Helsif to the rest of the team like, somebody from before my time?
She's like, I guess the description is kind of needed, I guess, for Discord, because we haven't met her before. We have in Kino. She is a very well-built woman. She doesn't really wear much in the way of armor. She has a lot of markings and bone ornaments both in her hair and in her ears. You notice that some of them are fairly similar to Demi's ones and to Damaz's. You can also see that her biceps are basically as big as some people's thighs, and she has 2 long swords on her back, and she walks with an air of like she knows how to use them.
Always a fan of a capable warrior. So we found out that Dacian is here, and we, mainly me, started getting very panicky about that, being that there are people that I care about here. And he kind of looks at Ninverna and then kind of gets an awkward look on his face. And so we thought it might be best if there was significant backup. We have a plan that is dangerously riding upon the shoulders of one person, and their plans are riding dangerously upon a couple of other people to do their job first. And Lafayette makes that really awkward, I know this does not sound good smile.
Yeah. Elise kind of you can see her arm is around Tuck. You can see that Tuck looks a little bit more pale than the rest of them. The news of Ilmater's death seems to affect him a little bit more intensely. And Elise says, so I guess I need to ask, is the plan to kill Dacian?
Well,
or is it to get the gods and the Cicero back?
Yes. Well, hold on.
Your Highness, that's not really an answer.
Well, okay.
With all due respect.
Hey, Emmil?
Yes?
How much detail am I allowed to go into here? I don't want to spill anything that you're not comfortable with.
I don't know if the embargo of talking about your situations is in effect, since you are no longer being monitored. Perhaps it might affect them.
I mean more your side of what we're doing here presently.
Right.
You see that he turns around and kind of puts his hands out either side, lifts them up a little bit.
I guess full transparency. I'm a lich. Just continue.
And he continues walking.
Okay, there you go. I wasn't going to say it if he wasn't going to say it, so...
You see that Helsif, Damaz, they both look uncomfortable.
He's on our side, I swear.
It's not
he's
great
great.
for them.
I think the plan is to reunite Cicero and the
Sentinel plane.
celestial plane with our planes is the number one thing we need to do. But if we're walking right up to Dacian's doorstep, I assume, if he's there and we have to fight him, if we can banish him at the same time, that would be the best for us all. I fear that Dacian may be a bigger part of the blissful eclipse than we sometimes let ourselves believe.
The general idea here is that we're going to try to get Dacian sent into kind of like a pocket dimension of sorts, and Emmil is going to play the role of jailer, so to speak.
It completely rides on if Emmil can. Without his phylactery, he is not powerful enough.
Right.
Yes, that might be true. I need to take it with me if I plan on taking someone's essence with me. That does depend on if we can get his anchor whilst we're here.
Yeah. So, I think the plan is to destroy whatever shawl he has put between us. And if he's there, and we're going to have to deal with it. And if all the cards fall in our favor, we get rid of him. But if they don't, we have to run. We might have to run.
Then we need to probably have some sort of code word if, like, the worst comes to worst and, like, we manage to break through it, or we decide that, hey, we're not going to serve up, like, 11 of some of the most important people on the planet right now to Dacian just to die. I think we need to have an exit strategy, or at least an idea of, like, hey, when we all shout pizza, we're just going to run, whatever that is.
No, that's a good one. I don't think anybody would ever shout pizza in combat, so good. I like that one.
We need to be smart. I know that it's a really good opportunity to take him down, and if we can, then I will. I mean, I'm going to kick a shit out of him, but if we can't, we have to realize how important a role the four of you play. We can't do that. And I think he doesn't know about you, and my assumption would be he doesn't, but then also I'm not stupid enough to think that he doesn't know about what you four are.
I have no idea what he knows.
At least, like, has her finger up as if she's about to ask a question, and then Demi just sounds like, I probably wouldn't ask anything about it if I were you, because, like, there'll be weird things, and you might get a headache, and there'll be blood, and the less you know about it, the less you may potentially give out. So perhaps if you could, like, some questions we're not going to be, I'm sorry, Elise. She's like, okay, I guess I'll find out later.
I'll give you the long recap when all this is over.
Well, I still have your book to write.
Right.
When we all survive this, your story.
Of course.
Yeah. That's going to be fine.
Demi,
Okay.
I acknowledge that you are very concerned about delivering very powerful people into his hands, and I agree. I am also of the opinion, and this may be a younger me talking, but changes in a war, good changes, are not made by those who wait.
Yes. You're
we
very
need
right
to
on
take
that,
the
and
initiative.
sometimes you need big proactive, and he may not. I mean, it is absolutely ridiculous and very, very stupid to just, like, waltz up to Dacian's lair and try and defeat him or take out whatever the plan is. So he might not expect it because it's such a dumb plan. But yeah, I
recall a story of a wooden horse that seemed to work very well, and that was a stupid plan.
Yeah, that's. Yeah.
I can make a wooden horse with enough time.
Rhal, I don't think there's enough trees in the vicinity for you to be licking.
I love the idea that Rhal was feeling a little bit lost in the conversation and the wooden horse thing just brought up, and he's like, oh yes, I can help.
Wait, what happened with the horse? Why are you licking a horse?
Zaltanna now too.
So we're talking about really ridiculously silly plans that shouldn't work, but maybe they will work because they're just so silly that people wouldn't think about it. Like, the horse filled with, all the people in it, and then it was delivered to a city, and then that city got taken down because the people were hiding inside a wooden horse because nobody thought to check inside a wooden horse, which is, frankly, a ridiculous thing to think about. But they then took over the city. So it's a ridiculous plan, but it works. So maybe turning up to Dacian with, a bunch of very powerful people, bam, and then we just destroy whatever's going on. Maybe we'll go here, maybe we won't. And I am going to hold on to teleport just in case I have to, and if we are able to teleport while we're there, I am sending the 4 of you out as soon as we, if anyone yells pizza or, 2 pizzas, then I don't know.
2 pizzas.
I might just send the 4 of you where you need to go if things get bad. Okay, I'm not going to lie, because we can't lose you. I mean, we need you in this ridiculous plan of ours, but we also can't lose you.
I also planned on leaving an anchor far outside of where we'll be, so that if things get bad and I need to pull people out of something, God's forbid happens to you or anyone, then I can...
Do you remember when we were down in the GDC and we were in that little place, in that little room, and we couldn't teleport? I have a feeling that Dacian is probably smart enough to do something like that. Just my gut instinct. I don't know how to fix that. But never say never. I might be able to do something. Emmil might be able to do something. Maybe Damas could do something. I mean, Helsif can't, but she's not magic, so it doesn't really matter.
I mean, listen, if you hit anything with a sword hard enough, I'm sure it'll break.
True.
I guess our strategy is overwhelming and superior firepower.
I have firepower.
Squash looks around at the people we have. Yes,
I mean... I'm not going to lie, looking at this group here, we have a lot of paragons of power here. I would be quaking in my little boots if I was Dacian.
Not to mention her bloodiness herself, so... And you
That's
see that
right.
Damas just kind of bobs his head in her direction.
I'm counting on that one especially.
I am bloody. And I am myself.
Yeah.
And I'm going to make you attack as much as possible.
Yeah, I love it when you do that, actually.
Me too, it's fun. I like watching other people just kick the shit out of things. Not me. I'm not meant for that, but...
No, I think you and I should probably stay towards the back, and at least, because at least I know that you said, yeah, I know. Well, we should probably stay back and probably not get in there too much, because I think us getting a hit would probably be pretty bad, because I know I'm wearing armor right now, but I kind of need to take this off because I can't cast spells particularly well wearing this, and this is not my so I need to, we need to do that, and I'm good, very, very prone to being hurt.
Do you and Grumsh not coordinate who wears what attire? Is that?
Well, now the Grumsh isn't accessible, some of the warlock things I had with him and some of the, and she pings you in the back of your head with a message, like avatar stuff, and then she goes back to speaking out loud. So some of that I don't have access to anymore because he's not around, so I'm just kind of me again, and I don't really have any of the warlock stuff, so I can't see in the dark anymore, and I can't just walk around seeing magic, so I'm a little bit, yeah, a little bit not as good. But I still have a lot of fire, and I can still get you folks out at least.
We got this.
We got this.
Yeah. Elise comes over and puts her arm around Zaltanna's shoulder, yeah, we got this. I mean, we are a group of exceptionally powerful individuals in our own rights, and we also have the goddess of bloody vengeance, the only goddess still on our fucking plane, and she's with us. So yeah, we've got this. Fuck yeah! And Elise raises her hand for a high five.
I'm the
Watch
best
your language.
goddess.
Claws is right there.
High fives.
Every time anyone swears, Claus is like,
heck yeah.
Also, V, for the record, as we're walking, I am absolutely using my inspiring leader feat. This seems like one of those times we need it.
Yes,
I can
please.
target 6 people. 1, 2, 3, 4. I could do 2 other people. Who the fuck needs it? Demi. And
what does it do? Did it just give you temporary hit points?
Yeah,
Yes.
temp HP. I'd say the people that are going to be in the fray,
Yeah.
Helsif
Don't give it to the squishies at the back. They're going to die anyway, so.
I would
sorry,
argue
what?
it could
20
make
hit
them
points,
not
whatever it
die.
is. Yeah, but I feel like putting it on the people who are out there going to be tanking the damage anyway and already have some sort of natural resistance to it might want to give them a little bit more. Like for people who have like half damage on rage, like that 20 hit points kind of becomes 40. So that makes sense.
So what you're saying is I shouldn't give any to Rhal because he has literally 1 million key points.
Rhal is unable to die unless I hit him with something awful, like immolate or powered kill. Yeah, or disintegrate. Like, I cannot kill you, Neil, unless I have some really OP bullshit plan, which I do.
I don't know. You might be able to kill me.
Okay, so I'm going to give temp HP to the 4 of us, and then I'll give it to Damaz and Helsif.
Okay, remind me that when we come up to potential combats.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'm going to forget.
For the rest of y'all, just so you're aware, it is 17 temp HP.
Nice.
Damaz and Helsif?
Yes.
17.
There she is. All right. So as you are traveling forward through this forest in the direction that Ninverna is taking you, it's a couple of hours before anything of real note happens, since all of you are walking.
I think Squash would try to split off with Damas for just a smidge.
Yo, you got some drugs, man?
Let me put it like this. Now is the perfect time to have those conversations with the millions of NPCs that you folks have brought.
Well,
now is the perfect time. I wrote in some walking so y'all could campfire shit. So please take advantage of it. Okay, sure. You're the first one to shout. Go for it.
All right. Yeah, Squash kind of just, I'm assuming Damas and Demi are just like...
Hold 1 second. I added into your handouts, I actually added in the exorcism scroll.
Ooh.
I actually added it in with some information on how to cast it and what you need and shit.
You motherfucker.
Because I thought I should probably actually do that.
That would have been very good to know before we started playing. All right.
Sorry, I thought I told you. My bad. Yeah, sure. You can, like, it's very easy to split him off. Like, at some point you see Demi is, like, chatting with Helsif, and they're being, like, very, they're talking a lot. They seem to be friends, even if they're not, like, really good friends. They seem to have a rapport, at least. They know each other.
Mm-hmm. Squash is gonna, kind of peel off Damas, kind of quietly. Damas, just does, like, a little head nod.
Yeah, what's up?
Since Grooms is no longer in Demi's hand, we might actually have a chance right now.
To talk with her? Yeah. I mean, he's not listening.
Yeah, just talk with her.
Yeah.
So I have a plan even if he was there, but this is an unexpected boon, I guess.
Yeah, you can see it like that.
So should we tell her our plan now? My plan, I guess.
Honestly, mate, I don't know. She's all over the place right now. Look at her. And yeah, you know her enough. Losing Grumsh, I think it's... I don't know, man. I know my sister of old, and I know she's mad, scared. Not sure she'll ever admit it. Grumsh has been in her head a very long time. This might not be the right time, but you might not get a better one if you just want to talk to her about stuff.
Yeah, but we have to bring down this veil or shawl or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Yeah.
And when we do, Grooms will...
He'll see her and he'll find her, yeah.
Yeah. So before
but as long as I don't die, she's still going to be in there somewhere, I think.
Yeah.
It's up to you, man. Whatever you do, I'm there for her, let's put it like that.
Yeah. All right.
Don't know about you, but I was a little bit disappointed it wasn't Grumsh.
Killing Grumsh. No, that's a plan.
No, that's a real bad plan. You already seen what happened around here when gods die. That's Bad plan.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm saying... No, Damas, please. We're here to save the world, not destroy it.
Right.
We're not Dacian. We don't do whatever the hell we please to get our ends.
I hope not. But if you're going to speak to her, I'd do it before we get there. Like, while we're walking, while you've got other people around to protect you if she decides to go batshit on you. Because she might.
Yeah. Okay. Give me a couple of seconds. I need to gather my thoughts.
With that, he meanders off and he starts to like hang out with an Inverna. You can see that they're chatting about something, conversing. Who's up next? Who wants to talk to the millions of NPCs that you have gathered here today?
Rhal can talk to Squash.
Yeah, go for it. That gives me time to read over my extra notes and.
Rhal kind of walks up and sees you kind of thinking. And doesn't interrupt for a while. Just walks next to you.
Claus comes over, like walking between the side of you guys.
I think Squash is quite like lost in thought, and then when Claus comes up, he's like, "Oh, hey, buddy, buddy." It's like touches the fur, and it's like really matte and gross because it's attached to an undead thing. And it's like, I regret touching this.
That's when you notice that Tio has like fluttered off of Rhal's, like out of Rhal's hoodie, and is kind of like just sitting on top of Claus's back, and they just seem to be like nestled down and just relaxing.
Oh. Hey, Squash.
Hey, Rhal.
You okay?
Not exactly. Didn't expect today to go like this. A lot of unexpected things.
Yeah.
How about you?
I'm fine, I think. Sorry about Ilmater.
Yeah. It's very strange. I don't know how much I believed, but it hurt a surprising amount. I used to go to the chapel of Ilmater back in Chatwalk a lot. In between many bad decisions to try to pray for some relief. And I don't know if it helped or not. It felt like it helped. But now the option's no longer even there. Not that I need it anymore, or shouldn't need it anymore. But it's scary. It's incredibly scary.
Yeah.
Did you pray to any of the gods?
No, but I saw him later the one time. And yeah, I think that I was looking forward to, talking, maybe, learning, whatever. I was looking forward to getting to know him. But this was all kind of new to me, so a bit late to being able to have done so before.
Yeah. But somebody else will step up and take their place. Probably, I guess. Maybe you can pray to them when the time comes. I can imagine you and your brethren who are suffering from Dragon's Maw would... I can see Ilmater's attraction.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, his disciples, they're supposed to take the suffering of the sufferers onto themselves, like he does. I often thought maybe when I was older I'd join the clergy with them, or devote my life somehow to try to lessen the suffering of others as they had done for me. Now there is no ill mater, just the memory of him.
Yeah. We will have to hope that the people who are suffering can hold out, huh? Until then.
How are you doing?
I'm fine, I think. Just tired. I hear you bringing up concerns. So, thanks for worrying about me.
It just seems so painful. I don't know.
Well, what has it been? 11, 12 years? 12 plus. I can last a couple more days.
Please try to make it a couple more years. Let's fill your deal with Murder Rhal, and let's let you be there.
I hope so.
I know I'm one to talk, but please try to tough it out. For some of us, there was light at the end of the tunnel. I don't feel the same pain, but it's still there, and I want that for you. I want you to spend your time with Emma. Because it's unfair that you bring her back and then you get torn away from her. You have to get back to her.
I'm not worried about me. It's kind of more than that now, you know?
Yeah?
Because if I fail, it's not just me. It's everyone like me. They still suffer. Even if I don't make it and you are able to stop this somehow, I fail. And this continues, because I couldn't make it. I guess that's the reality now, huh? It's not just about us.
No, it really is not about us, is it? It's all of them out there. Even the ones that hurt us back in the day, we're now fighting for them.
Except for, Fisty, he's fucking dead.
Calm down, Claw. Waves hand above fur, doesn't touch it.
Okay. Zaltanna. Elise and Tuck come over to you. They spend time catching up on their time having travelled, and then, like a sudden explosion, Elise going from talking about something very mundane and normal to, so I have to know, was it real? I kind of remember that I went to Cicero and that you guys were doing a play. Is that real? Did you do it?
Yeah, that happened. You were there. You helped.
Did it go well? I mean, I don't know exactly what it was that you were supposed to be doing this for, but did you do the thing with the cannon? Did it work?
It worked. It was perfect. Rhal was not happy about it, but I had a good time.
Oh God.
I just had some safety concerns.
Rhal looked the whole time like he was really afraid I was going to kill Squash, but I knew I wasn't.
Well, Squash is here, so definitely no death. Oh, I'm so glad. Oh, I can now add that to my list of credits. I can just go, helped direct a play worthy of the celestial plane. Oh, I'm so happy. Oh, that's awesome. So, how are things in Zaltanna land? I mean, we've been trying our best to reach out to people so that they know about the good word of Zaltanna. I just want to know how you're doing. Like, aside from all this god thing and whatnot?
Pretty good. I mean, like, really say about anything other than, like, we just did a play in fucking Cicero, and now we're gonna go fight Dacian. It's the world is very weird. And then I hear more and more prayers every night, and that's also weird.
Damas said that, like, because I'm obviously your first herald, and Nimverna is your first warlock, and then Damas is the first paladin of Uandadet, and I just he said he's being your receptionist.
Yeah.
How does that work?
Yeah, he is.
So that's true. He's not just making it up.
No, I kind of like assigned him receptionist role for the time being because, you know, I've been on other planes. I can't really take most of my own
between planes, yeah.
My own
Very
prayers.
cool. Elise, will you just ask her? I'm getting to it. Tuck just kind of like shakes his head and just like puts his hand out and puts it on your, like, kind of reaches up and puts it on your elbow. And he says, look, so I asked her to marry me. She said yes. And we just wondered if afterwards you would marry us. Like,
oh my God.
Friend and...
Oh my God. Yes. Of course I'll marry you guys. Oh my God. Sorry for the loudness
Great.
of
See?
that.
Super easy, Elise. No, that's fine. See? Super easy, Elise. Tuck! God damn it.
You finally fucking popped the oh my God. Holy shit. Took you fucking long enough.
Well, I was detained for 5 years in a cell.
Yeah, but before that you were kind of like being a little too scared to even ask her out, so.
Yeah. Wait, you asked her if you should ask me out. Zaltanna.
Oh, I'm gonna tell the story at your wedding. I'm gonna tell the story at the reception when I get to do my best man / priest speech. I know you haven't asked me to be a best man yet, but I know I'm going to be.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna ask anyone else. Of course, you'll be my best man. Like, it's not even a question, man.
It's because I am. I might not be a man, but I am the best man of all time.
Fuck yeah. You have that, like, what do you call it? Honor. You might be a killer and a murderer now, but you have a sense of fucking duty and honor about you, so yeah. Can't think of anyone better.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna have to ask someone to walk me down the aisle. Oh my god, there's so many people I should ask. Do you think Benno would?
Oh my God, yeah, I was about to say you should ask Benno.
They just go off on one, talking about this stuff for a while. Laffian, as everybody is chatting and catching up, you can see people are mingling in different things, talking about a variety of different stuff. Some people are exuberantly happy, some people are boisterously over the top, and some are just walking quietly. You hear a familiar voice in the back of your head.
Uh-oh.
And Marnak says, where are you on the physical plane? Are you anywhere near where all this is going down?
I feel like there's an awkward pause of like, uh-oh, oopsie. Well, you see, the thing is, we're on our way to deal with it.
Great.
Oh.
There's some things there are some runes that have been set up. They're possibly the only things that could have caused this. And me and Lisbeth and Athorin are currently in the stalking version of the library.
That's a thing?
Yes. The other library where you dropped us off was attacked just after Ilmesa passed. We managed to escape to this, and we're now going back and trying to find a specific book which would have something very similar to the runes that you're looking for. And I will send you a mental image of that as soon as I find it. maybe an hour and a half. I'm not sure, but we're going to motor on and get that to you. You're going to need that. You need to know what you're looking for.
Okay, you're going to have to tell me what to do, because right now we have sort of a plan, but if you can tell me how to break the whatever the hell this thing is that's blocking the gods, great.
There's a pause of like a few minutes. Like it's just eerily no response. And then you get Lisbeth says, anyone with dispel magic powerful enough to cast it should be enough to disrupt those, or you can just attack them until they break. But we have to find out which ones.
Okay. You let me know. I will let everybody else know. When I tell you that there's a lot of people that are here, there's a lot of people that are here. And he like sends like a mental image of like the veritable powerhouse of fucking death that's walking.
Yeah, like you saunter to the back of the group, look forward, see everyone there, like a proper like Polaroid picture sent. Yes. A few minutes later you get, that's great. We'll be an hour and a half tops. We know what we're looking for.
Fantastic. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're maintaining a proper diet, eating healthy. Stay safe. Miss you.
A couple of minutes later, you kind of get this mental image of like these stacks of books and scrolls, and there's a strange sepia color to it all. But you also see that there is food and wine and like food, and you can see Lisbeth, she's waving. Like you just kind of get that snapshot, and it's a couple of minutes.
Okay, never mind. You don't have to rub it in. All right. Once that conversation is done, he just kind of lets everybody in the group know. I just heard back from Monarch.
I'll tell Thorn I said fuck you.
I'll be sure to pass that message along. Apparently, there are some runes that we should be expecting to see when we get there. They're trying to find out which ones they are, but apparently anybody that is capable of powerful dispel magics, or just if you've got a really big fuck-off sword, it looks at Zaltanna, basically just either dispel it or beat the shit out of it until it's broken, and apparently that'll get rid of... And like Lafayette just like gestures at the sky and is like, this thing.
Mm-hmm.
I've been calling it the Veil.
Did you come up with that one on your own, Squash?
I think I saw a whale when it all happened, and then I thought of that.
You saw where in the middle of dry land, where did you see a whale?
No, like cloth whale. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Oh,
get back.
Okay, no. It's your accent. I'm sorry. I'm from the north. You're from the south. It happens.
I approve that joke.
Okay, well, Zaltanna and Helsif have, and Damaz have like big weapons, and me and Emmil have magic, and Squash, you have some magic. How are you doing with that?
I'm doing good. I actually have. I found a way to like really rip apart magic. I don't think
That doesn't sound good.
It works really well.
You did destroy that one. That was well.
What? Destroy what?
We kind of did some studying and it's fine. We had a nice conversation about runecraft in a sorts.
Oh, okay. I'd love to see them. If you have drawings of them, I mean, I like runes.
Lafayette, do you have the scrolling? Do I have the scrollings?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I gave it to you. I think you put it in your book or something.
I'm gonna guess that one of you probably ended up taking the map of like the big rune of Geta. Is that the one that you're talking about? You're talking about the other room, which was on top of the Forge of the World.
Yes.
I'm so sorry. I slipped straight into Demi when I did that. I might need to slow down. There are way too many NPCs up here right now.
Well, there's the Forge of the World one, and then there's the Gaeta one, but both.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. I at least have the Gaeta one, and I am assuming I'd also written down the Forge of the World room.
Okay. Yeah, just know that down.
If you didn't, I did.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I mean, that's okay. Well, if we get a chance to stop, me and Emmil could probably use a bit of a break. yeah, maybe I'll study them then. Or
Need to
maybe
work out your
afterwards if
muscles. Your brain is the most important muscle.
Damas looks at Zaltanna and is like, nah.
Amateurs.
It's fine. I use my brain muscle to make them use their regular muscles more.
Okay, well, it looks like things are changing.
What? Is the sky like turning
As
pink?
you are... Nope, the sky, like, it's been a few hours since you all been walking and talking and doing all the jazz. You can see that the sun is kind of like doing that mid-afternoon thing where it's kind of beginning to set and get really brightly in the eyes at those times where like the canopy above you breaks just enough that the light comes in and just like bamf, it's very bright.
I need to turn my hazard lights on. I might get into an accident otherwise.
Ahead of you, you see a man.
Uh-oh.
He's about 4.5 feet tall, little stocky. He's wearing a big black cloak, and you can see that he's kind of like holding this. Basically, he has on his back like this kind of knapsack, this kind of like bag, which is also black and kind of strangely like taking up the light. It's not as it should be. And he's also carrying a staff. And you see him ahead on the road.
That's not suspicious at all.
Somebody we know or were expecting?
Do we recognize this person?
No, not at all.
How far are we from our destination?
Nympherna turns to you and she says, I think maybe we're 3 hours out.
So what I'm hearing is this is either a trap, or an innocent person. I'm inclined to think it's one of the first three, though.
Should I sneak up ahead and see if I can figure anything out?
Probably a good idea.
Can any of you more spellly inclined give me detect magic?
Yeah,
Thank you.
I think, maybe,
My
if I had my right NPC list open.
my magic pool is a lot more limited, and I'd like to have it accessible.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a touch spell.
I'll range itself. Fuck off. Alright, fuck.
Well, luckily you have a wild magic sorceress who doesn't give a shit about that stuff.
I can also just cast it on myself. I'm not gonna force people.
Don't waste the magic slot, man. You have none. You might need those counter spells.
I don't want Devi to waste the sorcerer points.
Yeah, Demi reaches out. She just like puts a hand on your shoulder and your eyes just go through a kaleidoscope of colors. And you can see that a majority of your party are drenched in some sort of magics. From the last time that you looked at Zaltanna with your magical sight, she has become much like the glow is much brighter and is beginning to get that uncomfortable to look at kind of feel. She's definitely growing in power. Whereas Emmil and Demi have definitely dropped a lot over the last since the last time you saw them. But yeah, you now have detect magic.
We look
Thank
like a
you.
fucking disco party.
Yes, actually, yes. Rhal's aura is just screaming like, "Hi, I'm dead and loving it." Like that's just kind of what that is right now.
Is that a tagline to something? Dead and loving it?
Yeah, that's the Mel Brooks Dracula is Dracula dead and loving it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Squash is
Thank
gonna
you, Casey. Thank you.
Squash is gonna sneak up ahead and try to catch a good glimpse of this person. Now I have to. Let me see. What is it? Detect magic has 30 feet, I think. I have to get within 30 feet of him to actually get a good magical read on him.
Then I require a stealth roll. I know it's pointless, but I'll ask for it anyway.
Who knows? Maybe it's staged in a disguise. That's what my horrible.
Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah.
You think I would do that so blatantly?
Why would he not be in
You
like
don't think
a
he would just stand on the
fortress?
road like,
That's a natural 20, so 36.
fuck is wrong with you?
I am so upset because we're gonna go into battle and I need those crits on my goddamn attacks. I am so upset that I wasted it on sneaking up on what is probably a friendly NPC.
Oh, best thing ever. Okay, so being that you also have your extra speed thanks to your previous incarnation as a scout, you catch up to this person pretty quickly. It is obvious that they have heard you at some point as they kind of like look back at the group. They realize that they're being followed and they take a shift over closer to the side of the road so that the big group can pass. You can tell that this dwarf has a very scared looking face. There is definitely... This person is just covered head to toe in magic. The bag itself is definitely some sort of magical thing, and looking down at your own bag of holding, it's something similar to that. You can also just get a huge aura of necromancy just all over this person.
How many bees do we see,
Yeah.
V? How many bees?
No bees. I promise no bees. I promise no bees.
You mean no
Thank
bees
you.
again?
Not again. Not this time around. I won't be mean.
No funny business.
I won't bug you with this again. No, nothing. That's what you get. You just get that this person is entirely head to toe necromancy, and the bag on the back is probably something akin to a bag of holding.
All right. Squash is going to disengage and get back to the party. Gets back and like, I don't know what that is, but it's oozing necromantic magic. It's just all over it. It didn't look like a zombie or anything like that. Like, it seemed scared. It seemed like it had very strong emotions.
I just imagine all eyes go to Emmil.
Yeah, he feels those eyes. He looks forward and you see his eyes kind of turn a really bright white, irises included. And you see as he looks down the road that his fingers like begin to like kind of spark just the smallest amount. And you see the creature ahead completely come to a stop mid-move.
Oh.
That, my friends, colleagues, that is a man in black. Don't piss it off, and it should not mess with us. It usually has a reason for walking the routes that they do. If it is headed in the same direction as us, it could have a story to tell. Of course, it could just immediately turn and destroy any one of us. Well, one of you anyway. If you look too much like whatever killed it anyway.
It's a ghost?
For want of a better term, yes.
What? I have a feeling like it's maybe Dacian that killed it, in which case, I don't know how likely it is to assume that all elves are the same, but I'd rather not be in front of it then.
It is a dwarf, so...
Maybe give it a wide berth?
What if it is chasing down Dacian?
Maybe they can help.
I would like to see. Emmil seems to be able to, like, freeze it in place. If it seems to be aggressive, we can just walk away.
I can hold it
You
here.
just said it would annihilate us.
Well, some of you, yes. Not going to lie.
And he kind of looks at some of your other companions walking around.
It's a possibility, but whilst I'm here, it should not be able to.
Can it speak? Do we want to commune with it and see if it's on the path of vengeance against Dacian, perhaps? Zaltanna, maybe you have a new undead follower?
Zaltanna's gonna smite it for being competition.
Is there a way for me to check that?
Can you sense bloody vengeance?
I guess that's something the goddess of bloody vengeance could do.
Oh my god, that makes complete sense. She could just taste the vengeance. Like,
Give it a shot. I'll give a roll for me, Casey.
You just start pulling a
Okay.
Hannibal and just start like...
Okay, so yeah, that's what I want to do.
Okay.
And because it's my religious thing, I'm gonna argue it being a religion roll. But
Absolutely.
yeah, like flavor wise, Zaltanna just sticks out her tongue. What she does is she licks her finger, puts it in the air, and then licks it again.
Ah, yes, the taste of bloody vengeance.
I think that is beautiful. Like, the nearest bloody vengeance candidate is here.
I got a 14, I think that is. Yes, it is.
Other than a few people in your party who are just screaming the need to destroy something, Damaz, Helsif, Emmil, also Tuck for some strange reason, you sense that the creature ahead of you, although undead, everything about them is dedicated to getting their revenge on whatever caused their death. Whatever it is that they're after, it is their singular purpose, and it's the only thing they have on their mind right now.
That is a very revenge-driven corpse.
Well, maybe one of us, wink wink, vengeance, should figure out what it's mad at.
Well, it's mad at whatever killed it.
Yeah.
Would you like to go inquire?
You want me to go ask it?
I mean, it's kind of your jurisdiction.
Okay.
Listen, if you can convert it to one of your followers, that would be a story to tell.
It definitely sounds like the Men in Black are going to be the domain of Zaltanna Thunderheart in the future.
Every time you say it, all I can
don't know
hear
if
is
the Men in Black are all about vengeance, but I'm into it.
aliens.
It's like you've I believe in Zaltanna, and then at least just like smacks you in like in the middle of the back, and then you just feel her giving you bardic inspiration. So you have a D8.
It's probably
Okay. I'm gonna go talk to the corpse.
Emmil lets go of the ghost, and it continues walking along. It stops as it hears you approaching, and you see it turn around. It's a fairly young-looking dwarf, not a kid, just like, youngish, I guess. And he has this kind of like very serious face to him. And he stares at you and nods once.
Hi.
Hi.
My name's Zaltanna. I'm the goddess of bloody vengeance, and I can sense that you're looking for some vengeance.
Yeah. Kind of whole town's worth of vengeance, if that's not too much trouble for your bloody lady god. Wait, you're a god?
I am.
Oh, all right. I mean, you might well be. I'll run with it. Just going up the road here should be where I need to go. You're really the goddess of bloody vengeance?
Yeah.
Well, I've got like a town worth of people I want to dispatch personally, or really make their day miserable. I mean, if the goddess of bloody vengeance happens upon me walking in my direction, I guess I'm on the righteous path. Is that how this works? I've never been massively religious. Sorry.
Yeah, basically. So I want to help you get your vengeance. So tell me a little bit about like what happened.
I'm going to assume that all of you are walking and talking at the same time.
What if God was one of us?
God damn it, Neil.
That's the name of the episode. Right there.
Nice. Well, I come from this town, Baranya, and I suspected that one of our... Well, the town just worships this guy, right? They just worship everything about him, and I thought he was a little bit shifty, and I kind of started telling people that, like, I don't think he's a good guy. Why is it that he gets pissy when we use his real name? That kind of stuff. And, I I heard stories when I went out and then came back to the Baranya, and I don't know, I just decided that it was time to check him out, and I don't remember exactly what happened, but I remember seeing something he did, and then the people of the town were like chasing me, and I think I remember, and as he just says this, you can see his face getting like darker and angrier. I remember being chased to the edge of a cliff right near where we live, and I remember falling. I don't know if they chased me or if they threw stones or I lost balance or something, but they killed me because I thought he was a bad person, and I was telling everyone I met about it that I thought he was a dick and that we just had to get rid of him. And I remember there was a lot of water and it was cold, and now I'm here, walking back towards the town.
Gotcha. So they killed you because you could tell that this guy was a dick.
Yeah, no one believes me though. No one believes me that the healer is just an absolute tosser. Like, nobody's listening to me. Everyone just says he's a great guy. He's not.
I can probably help with that. Do you know what his real name is?
Yeah, Dacian.
Oh. Well, then we're aligned, friend, because Dacian is who I'm looking to get revenge on, too.
I'm more in line for the town than Dacian, per se. But if you help me with one, I can try and help you with the other. Maybe?
Done.
Oh, all right then. He kind of like looks at his hand, spits in it once, and he puts his hand out to you.
I spit in mine, and I go to shake his hand.
Your hand passes straight through him because he's a ghost.
But
I figured it might.
Neil edit that in post.
Did you just make like a warlock pact with the dead thing?
Feels
That's
like
not
it.
a warlock pact.
Is this your
More
second
like a
warlock?
gentleman's agreement.
You only agreed to murder a whole town worth of innocents with a ghost.
Casey, what's going on?
But
I love it. It's what's going on.
Did
Are
I
they
agree to murder
innocent?
a whole town worth of innocents, or did I agree to murder people who killed this ghost and are working for Dacian?
you agreed to help this ghost torment a town of people who were,
I mean, they
by the sound of it,
cultists.
led astray. Well, yes.
They are cultists to the cult of Dacian. Like, I agree, but so is Empty Shallows, and I'd be real peeved if you decided to vengeance the Empty Shallows.
Listen, hi. I'm going to lawyer my way through this so that I don't have to kill
Ooh.
the entire town.
Well,
That's perfect.
Please
It
trust.
is your vengeance.
Uh-huh.
You decide upon whom you strike your vengeance.
Yeah.
No one could tell the goddess of Lady Vengeance whom she may or may not vengeance.
Yeah, trust me. I'm not going to kill an
Great.
entire town. That is so Zaltanna in her 30s and 40s. Like,
This is Zaltanna in her
2016
hundreds.
Zaltanna.
Grown.
I'm a grown adult now.
I'm a grown goddess of vengeance.
Oh, I fucking love this. Thank you, Casey. This makes me really happy.
I'm going to ask the ghost what his name is.
It's Thaddeus.
Well, Thaddeus, let's go show him that Dacian's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, cool. I don't want to I don't want to ask more of you, but do you happen to be that very big group of people behind us, including well, I guess if he controlled me, probably a lich or something, or necromancer? You in that group?
Oh, yeah, those are my people.
Right. Okay, that's more the merrier. Maybe you could ask your necromancer lich friend not to do that weird magic again. And he kind of lifts his fingers and wiggles them around his staff.
Yeah, sure.
Much obliged. Zaltanna, your bloodiness, your eminence. What do I go with here?
Your bloodiness.
Your bloodiness. All right. Zaltanna, you may add Thaddeus to your list of followers.
Yeah, I got a ghost. I'm gonna like turn around and thumbs up everybody.
Elise does like the double thumbs up, like Tak just like nod of respect, and Damaz just like lifts his hand and salutes it over his chest.
Laffian looks
All right,
flabbergasted.
Debbie's just like outright applauding. Claws, rules of approval. Hi everyone, it's V here. Just want to say a huge thank you for listening to the episode. This was a lot of NPCs to juggle around, and I'm kind of glad with the amount of like musical references we had here. I mean, there's the name of this episode. There's like the Man in Black reference. I don't know. We managed to sneak a lot in here this episode, and I just thought it was a lot of fun. I want to say thank you to some of our newer patrons: Kim Jane, Cassandra Taylor, Paloma Cortez, and Minona. Thank you all so much. We really do appreciate it. You keep the lights on and give us that extra motivation to keep doing these, especially when things are a little rough for us right now. So thank you all very much. I also want to say thank you to Hero Dragon for the name Thaddeus, our ghost, our man in black. So thank you very much for that name. You're going to hear an ad for Dimension Door. I think we've played them before. Either way, I love and adore listening to their podcast, so I highly recommend and hang around to listen out to that ad. Also, as per usual, a massive thank you to Jay for the voice of Emmil. Mwah, I love you, dude. Other than that, all of you just have absolutely fantastic weeks, fantastic days, and yeah, be good to each other. Bye.
When the warmth of summer is under threat,
I spy with my little eye something big and gray. Oh man, that's a big storm cloud over there, don't you know?
one group will brave the storm.
Ugh, Suka, it is colder than Baba Yaga's tits out here.
Literally, right now.
We must use our most powerful weapon. Quick, everyone, love each other.
You can listen to the adventure.
If you climb in the saddle, you best be ready for the ride.
Roll the dice and have some feelings with the Dimension Door podcast as they play through Paizo's Reign of Winter.
Oh, except, you don't actually need to roll the dice, because we pre-recorded this whole thing, and we already rolled the dice, so...
Shh, Marigold, no, we are recording right now.
Oh dear.
Good girl, just quiet.